Well, Chris, after such a positive first half display, do you feel like that was a missed opportunity in the end?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's we've got a terrible habit of conceding just before half time, which is something that obviously makes life difficult. I thought we'd done ever so well first half, but I said it's Saturday, just at times we just lack that bit of quality in the final third. It's not any individual as such, it's just it can't be luck or bad luck if it just is a yard in front of you or it's just not quite right. But I thought we played some good football first half. I thought we caused no end of problems. I thought we were on the front foot. I mean, the goal come from a counter attack, and we tried to have a go, you know. But on the night, you know, the first goal it hurt us at half time, and then I thought the first 10 minutes of the second half I thought we were on top. And then I don't know if there was one deflection or two deflections for the second goal, and it just happens, doesn't it? It just killed us a little bit. But I thought then at the end, I thought Charlie came really close to scoring as well, which would have made it nervy last 10 minutes. I mean, the keeper stopped for them, didn't he? Looked up, he thought it was in, I thought it was in. But it's just frustrating.
Looking back at that first half, we had enough chances to score. Jensen and Jim both having efforts. I think Charlie had a couple of long ranges as well. What do you think it is that's not quite clicking? Is it, you know, just poor finishing, or perhaps, you know, we're not quite pulling the trigger? Because there were a couple of those occasions as well.
Yeah, I think it's just a decision making, you know. There's times where we're probably having a shot where maybe we could, you know, pass the ball. There's times where maybe we're passing the ball where we could have a shot, you know, and it is decision making. There's just times where I think we're just, in golf, we're using the wrong club. But again, it's just understanding. I think there was one chance right on half time, just after he scored, the ball got played into Jim. He's a strong lad, Jim, he's in the box. And I'm thinking, right, who's going to be around him? And he tried to turn and shoot, and it just went wide. And don't get me wrong, he's turned out a shot, but I'm thinking, would the better decision have been to hold it up and wait for somebody to come around him? I don't know, you know. It's just been a really difficult last few days, and today, yeah, you know, we're calling them players because we had players dropping out, and that's not making excuses, it's just what it is, nature of the beast, and you put in so much effort and so much work, you know, and then you come in, you lose. It's gut wrenching.
You changed the shape tonight. You went for more of a 3-5-2. Was that more of a tactical thing, or was that perhaps, you know, trying to suit the players that you had available to you?
Well, both really. We wanted to try and get more forwards on the pitch. We wanted to try and come and have a go. When you play different formations, sometimes you want to try and flick your formation onto them. So the thing we looked at was, we said there are going to be times where they have the ball. We've got to accept that. But you try and get your shape and your discipline, and there'll be times where we have the ball. You know, and it's a little bit like it's your turn now to attack, and then it's our turn. And it was a good goal they got. I mean, Lloris got a hand to it. Of course, it just goes out. I mean, it's just, yeah, look, we went with a different formation to try something a little bit different, but it was also with the personnel we had as well. So a combination of the two.
We often say in football, goals change games. You mentioned the one that they scored a minute ago on a counter-attack, probably a bit against the run of play, and then the second one came from one or two deflections, and ultimately that's decided the game, hasn't it?
Yeah, like I said, you know, it's not luck if it keeps happening. It's not luck if you keep conceding before half-time. So it's decision-making, and it's just, sometimes you just got to try and manage the game, even if it's 0-0. If you come in 0-0 midweek, it's not a poor result if you're half-time 0-0, but it's just, you know, we just seem to concede goals. I don't feel that teams have to work hard. We have to work so hard to get a goal, so hard, and we're not even scoring, and we have to work so hard. But I just feel, you know, why are we not getting a deflection? You know, it can't just be luck.
You made all of your changes in one go, changed to a 4-3-3 towards the end. Given, obviously, you know, the points we're on, and, you know, the margin into safety, is there more of an incentive just to, you know, let the handbrake go and just have a go and try and get goals that way?
I got hold of lads today at 2 o'clock this afternoon. I'm not bringing them all the way to Needham Market to sit on the bench. And the lads we had on the bench, I was going to put on today, unless we were 2-0 down and I thought our legs had gone. I think we needed to make changes. It was meant to be 4-3-3, to be honest with you. So in our eyes, it was trying to get Joel and Bogdan further on. But it's hard sometimes. You want to put your formation onto them, but like I said, sometimes you can't. And when you're 2-0 up, they did manage the game quite well the last sort of 5 or 6 minutes. But it wasn't changing the formation for other than, one, we did need fresh legs. Two, I wasn't going to have them 3 lads who today, some of them were being told at 2 o'clock, can you help us out? And I'm not going to have them sitting in the dugout.
You also made changes, obviously, at the back. We spoke about that formation change. How do you feel defensively your side coped tonight? Obviously, we conceded those 2 goals, but we certainly weren't out of the game at any stage.
No, I mean, look, if we get one, like I said, when Charlie's just put one over with 10 minutes left, that would have made life different. But, you know, it's not luck if it keeps happening. It's not bad luck. It's just at the moment we're just not good enough, you know. And don't get me wrong, in timing games we are, but at the business end, that's where the money is. At the business end, that's where you need your players who are going to do nothing and score you a goal out of absolutely nothing, whether it be a deflection or whatever. But we're just not scoring goals, are we?
Looking ahead to Saturday, there's no beat around the bush. It's obviously a massive game against the side directly above us in the league. How do you approach a game like that, and what do you want to see your side do a lot better?
Well, we've got to see who's available. You know, I'm sure there'll be more available Saturday, which will be disappointing because they weren't available. That's another story. But anyway, yeah, we just got to try and prepare for it. We've got some information on Hendersford. They're no mugs. You know, we don't think we're mugs, so they're going to be coming to us, not thinking they're mugs. They've got a lot more experience than us. A lot more power than us, but we've just got to try and look. We've just got to try and give what we're doing, give 100%, throw everything we can at them with what we've got, you know. And it's is it going to be a tough game? You bet, yeah. And they're going to be wanting to win as much as we are. But yeah, it's just been another tough day as Rushden manager.
Well, thanks for coming to talk to us, Chris. Have a safe journey home.
Thank you.
Well, Luke, a disappointing evening here at Needham Market. Goals change games, as they often say, and that's proved to be the case tonight, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think we just didn't take our chances. We got in the right areas, and yeah, we just didn't take our chances. Switched off a few times, it's conceded us. It's cost us the game at the end of the day. I think that's just how it is at the moment. We're switching off a few too many times, and we need to change that.
You look at the two goals, the first one on the counter-attack, probably against the run of play, the second one coming from a deflection as well. But, you know, how do you respond to that as a defence, you know, those continuous setbacks?
I think we just got to keep going. At the end of the day, listen, you concede, the game's not over. You've got that, if it's still the first half, still got 45 minutes. As the gaffer says, if it's 1-0 with 10 minutes to go, you can throw the kitchen sink at them and you're still in the game. So, listen, one goal can change a game, but that's not an excuse. We need to keep trying and keep pushing on, and it's going to come. It's going to come. Boys are working hard. We're doing all the right things, but yeah, we just need it to happen now.
It was a different shape tonight. Starting off with more of a 3-5-2. How do you feel that impacted the team?
I think the boys done well with it. Change of formation. We worked with what we got. We've done the best we could there. So listen, sometimes in football things have to change like that. You need to adapt, and I think we've done well, and we changed it in the second half when we had to. But yeah, listen, we just need to kick on now.
It's obviously been a tough time with the results, but for you personally, you've obviously had a few injuries and illnesses to deal with recently. But how have you found the whole set the dome in process, and of course being the captain as well the last couple of games? Oh,
it's been a pleasure to be the captain the past couple of games. I've loved every minute here so far. Yeah, the results aren't going the right way, but just everything about the place is going the right direction, I can see. The boys are a great bunch of lads, and we just got to keep going. I can't keep saying enough. We just have to keep going. Can't put our heads down, can't feel sorry for ourselves. We just have to keep going, keep fighting on.
And it's a big game on Saturday, of course. Hendersford coming to Hayden Road, the only side directly above us in the table. And that's one of those games where you just self-motivate yourself for games like that, don't you?
100%, but at the end of the day, we're in a position where we are. We need to, every game's a cup final at the end of the day. What is it, 13, 14 cup finals left at the end of the season now? That's just how you've got to look at it. Can't just psych yourself up for one good game. It has to be 13 solid games now, solid performances, and see where that puts us.
Well, thanks for coming to speak to us, Luke. Have a safe
journey home.
Cheers.